This is my mother, Big Martha, she's called in our family, but I've grown taller than she. Promised that if I brought her a few extra kielbasa from that wonderful store, Kurowitzki's, she would come and show us how she cooks and serves kielbasa, along with some very delicious specialties. So, Mom, I put the kielbasa in these big pans to boil them for about 20 minutes.
Well, yes, you can parboil them 15 or 20 minutes, and then we bake them in the oven until they're nicely browned.
Yep. So this one is just about ready to put into a roasting pan. I like one in a pan, and I always poke it. Well, this way I find that it doesn't crack on me.
Mm-hmm. Put a little bit of the hot water just to create steam.
And keep it tender. Okay, so it's like a half an inch of water.
Mm-hmm.
And then these just go into what, a 350 oven?
That's right.
Okay. Well, here's the kielbasa. This is cooked for now 20 minutes in the oven, and it looks exactly how it's supposed to be. This is our favorite rye bread. Where'd you get this from?
Gold's Deli in Westport.
Oh, I love their breads. They get their breads.
The real Jewish rye.
And I'm making this quite thin.
Now, can I show you this kielbasa, how
it is so good.
Juicy?
Mm-hmm. So my mother likes to make big, thick chunks of it because that's the way we've always eaten it. It is hot. So there's our lovely sausage. Why don't you show the horseradish, because this is kind of interesting.
The horseradish, as it comes out of the ground, it's a root vegetable. Of course, you don't eat it as a vegetable, because it's much, much too hot and spicy.
And Mom used to send me out to the backyard
to grate it. But I learned that I could do it in the kitchen in an electric machine, but it would have to be done in front of that exhaust fan. Now, this is grated horseradish here, and you mix it with a little white vinegar. And a little sugar.
And if you don't want to go through all this trouble,
you can buy the prepared horseradish.
If you want to put some of the prepared horseradishes in these bowls. Now get ready to cry, because this is about the right size grater for the fresh horseradish. And these are beautiful.
Pickled beets.
Yes, we had so many beets left over that we decided to pickle our own. And these are great. They're a little bit spicy. There, so now we have pickled beets. You will love these. And look, Mom, a block of homemade sweet butter.
That's an unexpected pleasure.
Yes, it's really good.
It's a treat.
And you have eggs, you have butter, you have beets, you have kielbasa, and you have rye bread. And what else could you ask for? Borscht is Polish for beet soup, and my mom's recipe is utterly fantastic. You can make it with or without meat, and during Lent, we always made it with vegetable stock. I love borscht, whether it's hot or served cold with sour cream. The first thing you always have to do, as my mom taught me, is prepare the beets. And so what we're doing is roasting them. It's real easy. You could boil them if you'd like, but roasting them keeps in all those flavors. And what are you doing, Mom?
I'm peeling the last.
Oh, the last beet? Oh, so Mom's peeling one that's already been cooked, but she wanted me to show you how to do this. So in a piece of parchment paper inside a piece of foil, just wrap up the beets and place them in an oven. Oh, forgot to sprinkle them with salt. Have to sprinkle them with a little bit of coarse salt and a little bit of pepper. Okay, and a little bit of pepper, right. Talking away. And some people put a little olive oil inside of even a little bit of water, but I don't think you really have to do any of that. And then get this into a 400-degree oven and bake until they're really tender.
And check the tenderness with a knife and a fork.
And it takes about how long?
Oh,
your way.
It depends on the size of the beet, maybe an hour.
Okay.
But so it's a less messy way of doing them than boiling them. So now we grate it on the coarse side.
And so only 4 beets for this entire soup.
This is vegetable stock, Martha.
Okay.
Made with carrots, celery,
onions.
onion.
Did you put any garlic in?
Yes.
Oh, yes, garlic. And we're going to put the recipe for Mom's vegetable stock on the website.
Another thing that we can add to make it a very piquant kind of a borscht is soaked mushrooms.
So you have some morel and some, what, porcini?
Porcini.
Yummy.
Sometimes if I had dried Polish mushrooms, we would soak them.
Why didn't you bring some of those?
Well, I didn't have any, to tell you the truth.
Really?
Yeah. They're very, very expensive.
But I think we could afford 4 mushrooms, Mother.
So you want to...
It's very hard to get Mom to spring for the mushrooms.
So chop the mushrooms, cut them up. They've been soaking for a couple hours.
We don't throw the water away, do you?
No, we put it...
In the soup?
Yeah.
Okay, but should I strain it? Because that might be a little bit of dirt in the bottom. I think I'll just not pour in the last. You can see the black specks in the bottom of the bowl. Don't throw those in because they might be earth from those beautiful mushrooms, right? All right, so the mushrooms go in. Do the beets go in? Oh, now, right?
Yeah, we could pat them in now.
So slide those beautiful beets right into the... This is such a simple soup. So now this cooks, what about the parsley?
Yes, we'll add everything.
Oh, okay.
And a clove of garlic.
So this is what?
2 tablespoons of chopped parsley. And 1/3 of a cup of chopped celery leaves.
Oh, I love celery leaves. And how much sugar?
A teaspoon.
I think sugar always is very important in a soup like this. It just brightens it up, don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now we cook that for about how long?
Well, we'll cook it about 20 minutes.
And we have one that's already simmered, and this is it. And look how it really does change appearance, doesn't it? Oh, that looks so good. Now what happens?
Well, now we add sour cream. I'll mix a tablespoon of flour, just for thickening. 1/2 cup of sour cream.
So this isn't thick enough for you. You make it pink, though, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sour cream adds a little flavor. Now, if you want to, you can add a ladle full of
The borscht. Okay. Gorgeous. And does this cook a little longer so the flour gets cooked?
Yeah.
So that looks good. So add this?
Yes.
So that'll thicken the soup beautifully.
You always add the liquid to the sour cream, otherwise it will curdle.
How pretty.
And borscht is supposed to have a sour flavor. And over the years, I've always used sour salt, which is like citric acid.
So one of those little secrets that Mother has never showed me before. I never saw sour salt in our house, ever.
Well, this is an old Eller's.
It's taken this many years for my mother to tell me about sour salt. What about the lemon juice? All of this?
Well, first taste the soup.
Oh, okay.
If you don't have citric acid sour salt crystals, you use
Oh, a little lemon juice.
lemon juice. Think we should add lemon?
A tad, but I love lemon.
Yeah, you could use.
And if you have any vegetarians in your family, or if you really are practicing Catholics and not eating any meat during Lent, this is the best.
Another way to serve borscht is with boiled potatoes.
Yes. Oh, I love it with boiled potatoes. Here, taste that. What do you think?
I think I would add the rest of the lemon juice.
Okay.
And then at the very end, we add chopped fresh dill.
Lots of it.
And you can turn off the flame.
And what's always been nice about soup at Mom's is that the soup is served hot, not lukewarm.
Right.
So a big scoop for you. What a color.
Isn't that nice?
Oh, and it's not too thick. It's just thick enough.
And another thing you can do is to garnish, is to put a little sour cream on top.
Oh, we must. Now, that is the perfect soup.
Martha, delicious. And I'll tell you in Polish, smacznego.
Smacznego.
Meaning
Very delicious.
delicious.
My mother has been making wonderful stuffed cabbage for many, many years, as long as I can remember. And my grandmother often made her Polish version of stuffed cabbage too. We call it golumpki. And I loved helping her stuff all those bright green cabbage leaves with delicious combination of rice and meat. Every single Polish family has a favorite recipe, a favorite version of this national dish. And Mom's going to show us how she prepares the cabbage. Oh, that's a pretty dirty cabbage, isn't it?
I have to wash it.
Yeah, let me wash that.
Let me just get this big core. We start by taking some of the core out. So the leaves get, you can separate the leaves better.
You can use either the hard green cabbage like this, or you can use a Savoy cabbage, which is really pretty.
There we go.
Okay.
And then I usually made the slits at the top of the leaves here around the core so that the leaves would separate. Okay.
You sound like you have a cold.
Yeah, a little bit of a one.
Oh, you're not supposed to get colds this way.
Before Christmas, but...
No, don't get sick before Christmas. I'll take off the dirty leaves. So wash your cabbage and then have a pot of water that's really boiling away there. And you're going to really steam it. Isn't that true?
Yes, you cook it until you can tenderize the leaves somewhat so that you can roll the filling in them.
Okay, so here.
Yeah, that's good.
And these are good. These big leaves are beautiful for lining the pot because you always want to have a cabbage leaf between the rolled cabbage and the pot itself. Okay, that's good. And I'll just put these in here to steam.
Testing.
So why don't we start the filling too, Mom? While that's cooking, I'll watch the cabbage for you if you'd like to tell how you make your filling.
Right. Well, for this particular batch, I'm using a half a pound of pork, ground pork, and half a pound of ground beef. And to that, we add like 2 cups of rice that's somewhat undercooked. We're stirring to combine.
And what's in the pan here?
Onion. We're going to put the onion, sauteed onion with a little garlic.
Okay.
We'll
And butter?
I think we used a little butter, maybe some oil too.
See, the cabbage turns a beautiful color really fast.
Now, I always added a little finely chopped.
Oh, and you don't saute that?
No.
Celery? Oh.
Because it gets cooked in the... and a little bit of sauteed pepper, green pepper. You can use an electric mixer for mixing this too. Okay.
Oh, for mixing that?
Mm-hmm. Now, this is kosher salt.
About how much? A teaspoon?
A little bit more, maybe. And some black pepper.
Freshly ground.
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to be making for Christmas Eve this year? Are you going to make us some pierogi?
Well, if I have time. And
Are you making stollen?
Do you want me to make you a stone?
Or babka or poppy seed cake?
I could make a stone. I usually do it stolen for.
It used to just automatically come, but now it has to be begged for, unfortunately. Now, what about some of what is this?
Parsley.
Oh, great. Now, this is dried parsley. All of it, I think, don't you?
Yeah.
Yes. So, like, what, a couple tablespoons?
Oh, it won't hurt at all.
It smells delicious. So here, the cabbage, the outer leaves are just about ready to come off. Now, one reason that cabbage is so nice is that it's really kind of good for you. It's rich in vitamin A and C, and it also contains anti-carcinogens. Isn't that pretty? You taught me how to do this. Peel off the leaves, right?
That's right.
Until they stop peeling off, and then you put it back in the water again. Some of these are gigantic. Oh, big. Oof. Very
I think this is mixed sufficiently.
So I'm going to put this back in. So why don't you show how you take the hard vein off?
In order to facilitate the wrapping, I just cut some of this thick part off.
And you don't want that big, heavy vein in there anyway, do you?
Now, the bigger the leaf, the more filling it would hold. So you fold down the end, and then you fold in the ends like this.
Oh, here's a pretty
and
one.
You wrap.
So, Mother, should I line the pot so that you can put the golumpki right in?
Yes, be a good idea.
So these colorful big leaves line the bottom. And I always love to eat these leaves after everything's cooked. I always salt and pepper the leaves. And here.
You figure one per person.
Oh, yeah. Whoever eats one. I have to have at least 2 of these.
All right.
These are so...
Don't skimp on the filling.
No,
and if your cabbage leaf should rip a little bit, you can always
patch with another
patch
piece. Yeah.
You fit the gołąbkis right across the bottom, make a nice layer.
Okay, here. Should I devein these?
Yeah, some of the smaller leaves.
Yeah, that one's ready. So it's going to make about a dozen plump, kind of large size gołąbki.
If you make them real tiny, then they're like appetizers.
Oh yeah, I love them small too. And then we have these little ones that we've already made. So Mom, I'm going to put these in here too, okay?
Sure.
And you've always made it in kind of an enameled pot, haven't you?
Well, sometimes I use those big aluminum pots that I have. Belong to Grandma. They must be at least 60 years old.
Mother, you are...
I make jelly in them.
85 years old. Grandma was 90-something when she died. So how old are the pots?
Oh, the pots? About 100.
They're more like 100 years old. Should I sprinkle the apples in?
Yeah, right over the top.
Now this is a nice Granny Smith or some nice tart green apple. I love apple and cabbage. Now what is this?
That's the cabbage water, but wait, we're going to mix it with the tomato sauce.
So now, is this your homemade tomatoes?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
This is just pureed?
Yeah.
Anything else in there?
Just tomato.
And that'll all sink down.
Yeah.
So should I sprinkle a little bit more salt? Just a little bit. And then cover this with cabbage leaves.
Yes, you could. Because the cabbage is good later on, it gets cooked through. And
how long do you cook it on top of the stove?
Up to an hour, and then you test them and see if they're done.
So we'll clean up, and when we come back, we'll show you what the cooked gołąbki look like and taste like. Well, the cabbage has been cooking. It looks really beautiful. Look, Mother, another successful...
Now we can do something with the gravy. We can always add a little sour cream to it. So here's a little sour cream. Just put a little bit of the tomato in there.
Okay. That's the enrichment, right?
Mm-hmm. Gives it a nice little flavor.
I wonder, are these apples soft enough? I guess so. Okay. I got that scraped down for you. Yum. That always helps, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I think...
Mix the...
I didn't want to break them with a metal spoon.
No.
So just get them piping hot. And I'm going to try one right now because I cannot wait. Here, I'll take one out. A little bit of that luscious sauce.
When Grandma put her cream in, or when she thickens the gravy, she would, let me show you. She would
shake it.
Do this.
Oh, yes. Okay. Well, thank you very much, Mother, for another one of the Kastyra family recipes.
You're welcome.
In Polish, it's known as gołąbki.
Yeah.
And elsewhere in the world as stuffed cabbage. Try it. You'll really enjoy it. And it's very good. Of all the Polish recipes that I love, my very favorite is pierogi, especially when my mother makes them, Martha Senior. And I have, to the amazement of my family, consumed up to 20 or a little more of these delectable dumplings at one sitting. And I'm especially happy that she's here today to make her potato pierogi. Hi, Mom. I'm glad you're visiting us yet again. My mother really does use the old-fashioned methods in her cooking. So the potatoes are not put into a electric mixer to mash. She mashes them by hand and insists that I do too. So what do we have here? How many potatoes?
About 5 pounds.
5 pounds of what kind of potatoes?
Well, I use baking potatoes because they tend to be drier than the regular Long Island or Maine potatoes.
Okay.
And
So like an Idaho or a russet potato? Okay, so 5 pounds of potato, and they're peeled and boiled, first of all, until they're fork tender, right?
just like for mashed potatoes, except we don't put any liquid into these.
Okay, so I'm going to mash with the old-fashioned potato masher.
And I'll be making the dough. I start with an egg. Whisk it. All right, now into this egg, I usually put in a couple spoons of sour cream to keep the dough tender.
So 2 heaping tablespoons.
We mix the sour cream into the egg. Now, in order to keep this dough tender, I use milk.
How much?
A cup of milk. Depends on how much filling you have. And a cup of water. I found out through trial and error that milk would make a tenderer dough. Now I'll add flour. I still keep this in a bowl. I don't usually measure flour because it goes according to the way it feels in your hands. You have to make a dough that is the consistency of noodle dough, and it isn't sticky.
Now I'm going to add a little bit of cream cheese to the potatoes so it melts while they're still hot, okay? Like half?
Oh, yeah.
More than half?
No, not half.
And any butter?
Melted butter.
About how much?
Oh, like 1 stick, which is,
Oh, yeah, it's a quarter of this.
well, that's, I think, maybe enough.
And now today, Mom has brought cheddar cheese to add to the filling. When I was growing up, it was cream cheese and butter and salt and pepper and nothing else. So now we're having our Nouvelle pierogis. Do you want me to add some cheddar?
Yeah, a little bit grated cheddar for a little flavor. Now I'm going to incorporate just enough flour to make a dough that is not too sticky in consistency. Otherwise, it won't roll out very well. So you keep adding a little flour to get it elastic, and you begin kneading. And keep scraping any dough that sticks to the surface. And you don't add too much flour, otherwise you get a tough dough. I have to put this in a bowl, lightly floured, cover it with saran so it doesn't dry, while we get the filling prepared.
Oh, okay. So we have some dough that you've already made. Here's that other batch. Do you want to turn this out and just put the dough back in here?
I think it'd be a good idea.
Okay.
Now we sprinkle flour over your board.
Oh, see how beautifully it rolls out. It's elastic, but not too elastic.
Not too sticky.
And not too sticky. And we have certain tools now that are absolutely necessary for making the pierogi. You need a linen towel, and you need cornmeal.
Cornmeal, I found, is the best for the dough when it's resting. If you use just flour, the flour and the dough interact and it gets sticky.
And you also need these particular glasses. Do you remember these from childhood?
Oh, yeah.
These metal glasses.
Aluminum, because they have a good cutting edge.
That's
And
And they're the right size.
Mm-hmm.
What made you decide that this was the...
Well, trial and error.
I love this part. Cutting out the dough. And it cuts beautifully.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now show us this process.
I put a ball of potato filling on each circle, and then it doesn't take so long to encase the filling in the dough. You have to stretch the dough a little bit. You tuck the filling in, and you press.
And my mother's never fall apart. If you catch the potato in the dough, they are bound to fall apart. So you have to make sure you catch dough to dough, right?
All right.
We used to make these pierogis by the hundreds.
250, 300 people.
I know. And we would sit around the kitchen table and we would see what kind of fancy edgings we could create.
There.
And see, she's done. I'm still struggling here. It looks real easy. It takes about
Experience.
70 or so years of practice. And then you'll be as good a pierogi maker as my mom.
Thank you. Okay, the water is boiling, Martha, and just give it a little salt. This one we have to wait a couple minutes.
Okay, so that's boiling.
And now you can start putting pierogis in.
Keep it boiling rapidly.
Mm-hmm. Now this will come to a boil, and the pierogis will begin to float to the top, which signifies that they're getting done.
And I have melted butter. And I'm going to put it on this great big platter, which we're going to serve on. And the butter is primarily to keep the pierogis from sticking.
Now this water is beginning to boil, so we'll take them out.
Do those look good? They look pretty with that nice edging on it, too. Lovely.
I'm sure the taste will be enhanced.
Mom and I come from slightly different schools of presentation. And here we have a platter of the most delectable potato pierogi you will ever have. Well, Mom, how would you say, enjoy these pierogi? They're a gift from my kitchen, in Polish.
Mam nadzieję, że będziesz bardzo lubiała te pierogi. Smacznego.
And I won't repeat that, but enjoy.